babe. But look, you were expecting me to have maximum engagement.
No,
I gave you a level of engagement that was
like the things that I'm interested in. Sometimes I don't. You're just not as engaged, right?
How could that possibly be the case?
Because I've had several.
Think about all the things that I do that you don't like, and you actively push back on all the time. Think about all the things that I do that I learned and that I'm interested in because of you. It's just factually incorrect. You might feel incorrect. What is like one thing that you've cared about? Oh, like my fake watches, like you engage because you
Generally, and this is just the way that I feel, I do generally find that when it comes to like the things that I'm interested in, sometimes I don't. You're just not as engaged, right?
You're wrong. You're wrong. How could that possibly be the case?
Because I've had several.
Think about all the things that I do that you don't like, and you actively push back on all the time. Think about all the things that I do that I've learned and that I'm interested in because of you. It's just factually incorrect. You might feel that way, but I'm telling you that it's factually incorrect. What is like one thing that you've cared about? Oh, like my fake watches, like you engage because people like you shouldn't just like flare up and like get all like upset about this kind of thing. It's just like, and that's why I'm kind of like, look, okay, look, maybe you don't really have to be upset. And then you're like, oh, this is kind of the point that I was bringing up. And you're like, oh, should I just like not be upset? Like, just like no, but like, look, there is some. I'm not saying that I'm always right, but I do think that there's some validity to me saying like, look, you can go off and recover, or I can try to push you to not be as upset. Like that is a valid thing for me to say. Just because you're upset doesn't mean you're not allowed to be told like, I think you should be less upset about this.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Right?
There's so many things that you find interesting that I just don't, and I engage with anyway. That's the problem. You don't do that with me, right? And that's what I'm telling you about, babe. I just want there to be, when things aren't as interesting to you, I want you to just try a little bit harder to engage, right? And then you were apologetic about it, and I was already honestly, I was like, and
that's the way that
were,
I would approach it, right? If anything, is I would approach it as like, look, I just think fundamentally, the thing is, I wasn't really that disengaged, right? I was a little bit. I wasn't optimally disengaged, but I wasn't like not responding to you. I wasn't just not doing anything. It's not like I was trying to change the conversation. It's not like I was like just trying to, like, I was like asking questions. I was like hearing things, but like I do think that there's a